Hello Divination and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create an image gallery that changes from black and white to color with Divi's gallery module. This is the final result we're aiming to achieve, so without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need is to create a brand new page. So we're going to come over here to Pages, click on Add New. So we're going to give our page a title. So I'm just going to call mine Create an Image Gallery That Changes. Click on Use Divi Builder. And then I'm going to build my page from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start Building. Right, so here we're going to need one column. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. And in this column here, we're going to add a gallery module. So I'm going to search for it and select it. So what we need to do now is it comes in with these 4 images by default. So here we need to click this plus button to add the images that we want to add on there. So I'm going to click here on this plus button and then I can go ahead now and choose the images I need. So I'm going to go ahead and start selecting all my images. And by the way, these images are from the bed and breakfast layout pack. So the images I need is about 12, I think. This should work fine. But of course, if you've miscounted, you can always go back and choose your images or add more images to it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and click on Select. On the images number, I'm just going to add 12. Next, I'm going to come over here to Elements and then just make sure that Show Title and Caption is set to No, and also the pagination is set to No. Right, so the next thing is to add some design elements to this. So I'm going to come over here to the Design tab, click on Overlay because we want to make sure our zoom icon color is set to transparent and also the hover overlay color. Now let's head over to the image. So I'm going to come over here, click on Image. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to come over here to the filters. So what we're going to do is to set our state. So for this to work, we're going to come over here to Saturation and make sure you click on this arrow pointing up because this allows us to add our hover state. So what we're going to do here is on the default, it needs to be set to 0. So the saturation needs to be all the way down to 0. But on hover, it needs to be set to 100. Okay, so you can see here as I click between the two states, it's actually changing color, which is great. Next, we're going to come over here to brightness and do the same thing. So I'm going to click here on this little arrow. So our hover states, we're going to start here with the hover. We're going to set it to 100%. And then on the default state, we're going to set this to 50. Okay, so now when we mouse over it, the brightness will go straight to 100. So at this stage, everything that we need is all set up. So we're going to go ahead and save. Now we need to go into the row settings and just make sure we have the right width that we need for our layout. So I'm going to click here on the row settings, design, sizing. So we're going to make this full width. And then we're going to come over here to use custom gutter width. We're going to say yes to that. Now the gutter width is the space between the images. So we're going to bring this all the way down to 1. So as you can see, we have no spaces between the images. Next, we're going to come over here to spacing and make sure we have no custom padding, both to the top and the bottom. So now that we've added all our row settings, we're going to go ahead and save. And then we're going to go back into our gallery module. And then we're going to click here on Design. Next, we're going to come over here to Border. And we're going to set this to 5 pixels. And then over here on the border color, we're going to set this to full transparency. And then we just need to make sure our custom margin here is set to 5 pixels as well. So I'm going to come over here to Spacing, Custom Margin. So this 5 pixel needs to go all the way around, top, bottom, left, and right. Like that. So everything is all balanced now and this is looking great. But as you can see, I'm missing 2 images here. So I'm going to go back in and add 2 images to balance our design. So I'm going to click here and then I'm going to click this plus button to add my 2 images. So at this stage, I'm just going to add any 2 images here because this is just for demo purposes. So I'm going to add this one as well. Click on Select. Okay, so now our design is balanced. I'm going to go ahead now and save. So we're going to save our page and exit the Visual Builder. Now it's time to see if our gallery actually works. So if I mouse over here, you can see that everything is changing color from black and white to color. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.